Welcome back to Crime Vault UK. Today, we're covering a high-profile burglary case involving Premier League star Alexander Isak and a top charity boss in Newcastle, where a professional Italian gang stole over £1.2 million across 3 heists. The gang, Valentino Nikolov, Charlie Jovanovic, Yela Jovanovic, and Giacomo Nikolov, were sentenced to a combined total of more than 30 years in May for carefully planned burglaries. Police discovered that they had spent hours surveilling Newcastle United's Benton training ground, tracking Isak's movements to time their raid perfectly. Images of the footballer were also found on a mobile phone seized from one of the gang members. The first burglary occurred at the home of charity bosses Helen and Michael McCardle on March 31, 2024, while they were away. The gang broke in through a first-floor patio window and stole items worth over £1 million, including a safe with a CBE medal, gold coins, designer watches, jewelry, and luxury handbags. The second target was a single mother's home in Whitburn on April 1st. When she returned with her children 2 days later, she discovered her wardrobe had been trashed and items worth over £100,000 were gone, including designer handbags, jewelry, and shoes. The final burglary took place on April 4th at Alexander Isak's home in Darras Hall, Northumberland. Isak was out between 4 p.m. and 10 p.m. when the gang smashed a glass door to enter a TV room. They stole £5,000, £10,000 in cash, £68,000 in jewelry, an empty safe left by a previous occupant, and the keys to his Audi, which was later found abandoned and damaged. Footage from a doggy cam inside his home showed the burglars wearing masks, and Giacomo Nikolov was identified by distinctive PSG-branded tracksuit bottoms. The gang covered their tracks meticulously, swapping car plates, turning off phones, and wearing gloves and masks to avoid leaving fingerprints or DNA. A Citroën C3 used by the gang was seen near the Newcastle United training ground for hours the day before and the day of Isak's burglary, proving their careful surveillance. Valentino Nikolov was convicted after a trial, while the other 3 pleaded guilty, despite the total benefit of their crimes being £1,266,285.93. Police were only able to seize £1,135.50. Charlie Jovanovic must repay that amount, while the others have only nominal repayments unless they access assets in the future. The sentencing saw Valentino Nikolov jailed for 10 years, Charlie Jovanovic for 6 years and 9 months, Yela Jovanovic for 7 years and 2 months, and Giacomo Nikolov for 8 years. The judge emphasized that the offenses were sophisticated, carefully planned, and targeted high-value and sentimental property. This case shows how even professional criminal gangs can carry out meticulously planned heists and still face serious consequences, though sometimes the financial penalties barely match the scale of their crimes. Stay tuned for more in-depth UK crime stories here on Crime Vault UK.